And remember, you can log onto our website for the winner's details. Now, today's final guest needs little introduction, so I'll keep it short. Last time we saw her, she was getting ready to take the role of the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, but her new role as secret Russian spy, Helen Kroger, in Hugh Whitemore's classic play, Pack of Lies, couldn't be more different. Here to tell us more, it's the delightful Lorna Luft.
Thank you. Thank you.
It just feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I feel like I've been here for a really long time, because I have been here for a really long time.
But I mean, you love theatre in this country, don't
I do.
you? And you're in demand. So...
I do. I'm very, very lucky, and I wake up grateful every single morning.
And this is a great play based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
We had Simon Shepherd, who's in the play with you,
yes.
on here not so long ago. But for those who missed his appearance, give us sort of a brief outline of what the play's about.
The play is a true story that took place between 1960 and 61 to a lovely couple. It happened in Ruislip. A lovely English couple had a beautiful daughter, and the couple are played by the incredible Jenny Seagrove and Simon Shepherd. And they made friends with a couple across the street that were Canadian, they thought. And they had a wonderful friendship going on. And the Canadian couple, he was sort of quiet, and she was boisterous and loud and wore trousers, and Helen Kroger was a larger-than-life character. And in their lives, all of a sudden one day, a police officer, a civil servant, came to the English couple's door and said, "We are investigating espionage in your neighborhood." And it turned out that the lovely Canadian couple was not Canadian. They were Americans, and they were the biggest spies for the Russian army.
For the Russians?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it's an amazing story.
And you play Helen Kroger.
I play Helen Kroger.
And what actually happened to them in the end when they got caught?
They went to jail for 7 years, the Krogers, and they were in jail here in England, and then they were swapped for an English person that they sort of got trumped-up charges on in Russia, and they swapped them for the Krogers, and the KGB got them out of this country, and they went and they lived their lives in Russia.
Isn't it about deceit as well, though? Because
they're
like really good friends and they feel betrayed.
Absolutely.
And,
yeah. It's about, do you really know your best friends?
Well, you don't, see? You can watch them all you like on CCTV. You see?
That's very true. Yeah.
What do you think about the prevalence of CCTV in this country? You must notice it. I mean, it's just not nearly as prevalent in the States as it is
No, it's
here.
very, very prevalent here. And my feeling is that if you're not doing anything wrong, I don't care. Then I'm fine with it.
But
if you're doing... What?
I hate that argument. Well, why should all the people who are not doing anything wrong, and that is the majority of the population, suffer, lose their freedom because a couple of people are doing things wrong?
Suffering? I'm not suffering.
I don't want to be watched.
You're constantly suffering, Caroline. I mean, girl, you're always a drama with you. Please.
Well, that's how they get away with it, because people always say that. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide. But, you know, here we've got ID cards, we're being watched on CCTV, we have to report.
Okay, but let me ask you something. If you get mugged, let me ask you something. If you got mugged, all right, would you rather they knew who it was from a television in the sky, okay, or would you just sit there and think, okay, they're never going to get caught?
No, I think you know, if that did work and they were punished, great. But actually, the mugger just had to say sorry and he's let off. And I know
but
that.
That's another subject.
Yeah,
the point being is that they're going to catch them.
Exactly. Do what with them? Nothing.
It's so lovely to have you on to come on and row with Carol.
I always do. I mean, because I just love her.
Well, she has to row with us all the time, so it's nice to have a new playmate.
No, I love her because she's bitter and twisted, and I love her.
Do you like people watching, Lorna? I mean, away from the security kind of angle, do you like people watching? Or you like watching?
I do love people watching. I do like to go into restaurants and look at people and think to myself, she really didn't have a mirror when she left. You know, I really do. I really love people watching. I love to sit there, and I used to, in my 20s, I used to be able to sit and hear conversations, and I would be talking to someone and I would react to 3 tables away. And they'd say, what's the matter? And I'd say, well, that person just said, and they said, how'd you know that? I could do that.
Oh, I could never do it. That means you're not actually listening to the person that you're with, because you're listening to the people 3 tables down.
Well, what about, I mean, you've been on stage all your life. Do you not get, do you ever get nervous at people watching you on stage, or is that a totally different thing?
Let me tell you, when I was cast in Pack of Lies, I was terrified.
Because it's your first straight play, isn't it?
Well, it's my first straight play in a long time. I did Extremities in New York, and I'm used to putting my feet on a stage and just singing, you know, and that's what that's my comfort zone. That's my home, and to be in a room full of amazing actors and a fantastic director and all of that, I was terrified. And I thought to myself, just sit in the corner and smile, you know, and it'll all be fine. And I was really frightened, but I have to say that everyone, Jenny and Simon and Daniel Hill and everyone in the show welcomed me with open arms, and they made me feel so at home that we've become this wonderful family. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful... I love going to work.
And you're on tour all over until 11th of April?
Yes.
And then into the West End, fingers crossed.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like living out of a suitcase? Do you like being on tour?
Well, I'm based out of London, so I have a home here, you know, now, which is really, really, really nice. And I do love the road. But I do love coming back, because there are some places that you really do, they will remain nameless, places that you think, I've got to get out of here.
Well, listen, we don't want you to get out of here for too long. Will you come back again soon?
I promise I will.
Thank you, Lorna Luft, everybody.
I love you. Dude.